ago, we did a video about the beginning and the end of Las Vegas Boulevard, in which you took a journey about 69 miles, stopping along all these kind of cool little places. Now, along that route, there's something that I can't believe we missed. It's this giant beer can of destiny. And we're going there now. So stick around, man. You're going to love this. Now, what better way for this channel to celebrate a video with a giant beer can out in the middle of the desert? I mean, really, I think that epitomizes the theme and the soul of this channel, Beers and Frontiers. So I hope you're going to enjoy it as we trudge through the desert here, trying to make our way to this giant beer can. Now, I think I remember seeing this years ago. Coming back from up north, I saw what I thought looked like a giant beer can out in the distance, and I was always wondering what that was. So we're gonna get a closer look at it today. It should be fun. All right, I'm gonna tell you more about this beer can and kind of what our impressions of it are once we get out there. But I know you gotta hoof it actually down Las Vegas Boulevard towards the end. And then the roads are kind of like treacherous. You could probably drive if you have a four-wheeler, but it's better to kind of just walk it, because I think you actually have to cross over our railroad tracks. So, all right. I understand this giant beer can. It's an old water tank that's left, kind of left behind, and it was part of an old abandoned railroad station. Now, we're going to check that out too, so we'll probably see that first and just kind of poke around and see what's left of the railroad depot. You know, a lot of things get picked through out here in the desert, and if they're not preserved by the BLM or some state park or something like that, they usually get torn apart pretty quickly, which is unfortunate. So, you know, a lot of these things can't survive the elements to begin with, and then you got vandals, criminals trying to poke through this stuff. All right, so it looks like I've spotted some sort of structure, part of the old railroad depot. Let's go down and take a closer look at this thing. I'm sure we're gonna find torn up graffiti on it, you know. But anyway, let's see what's left. I wonder when this railroad depot operated and probably when it was abandoned. I mean, from the looks of it, what I'm seeing from my eyes, I'll give you a better look at the camera here shortly. It's probably been this way for years. All right, let's take a poke inside here. Okay, so I don't know what this may have been. So, let's take a look here. What that is right there. Okay. So, some sort of shack. All right. Some sort of concrete structure there. You can see what's left behind here of this old depot. So right up there you can see that sign. It says property of the Union Pacific Railroad. All right. It's no longer maintained by them, I don't think, but probably still is their property. All right. Now, as they're saying, you've got to cross over the railroad tracks to get to this beer can of destiny. Now, it's located about 25 miles north of Las Vegas, what they call Mawapa. And it's on so like I said, it's off the northern part of Las Vegas Boulevard. And you got to kind of park and hike your way in. It's not too hard to get to. All right, so we have another structure here coming up of the old railroad depot. Let's take a close look at that. First, you can see some of what's left. Been torn apart. This structure here. Looks like an old sidewalk right there. You can see the depot. All right, so hang around, man. Beer can's coming up. You don't want to miss that. That should be fun. All right, so what is this here? Looks like another structure. It's kind of been picked through. Over this Rip Ware guy, he's been around. I can see his graffiti on all the buildings that are left around here. Let's see here. Okay, so this is it. Oh, looks like there was a basketball hoop. So at one time, these guys that worked out here, this was their little PT area. Kind of cool. They play basketball to entertain themselves. So just to get a perspective here, you can see there's the I-15 out there. So we're not too far off the I-15. So I am correct in thinking that when I was driving back down to Las Vegas that I spotted this thing from the road. I just didn't really know what it was or how to get there. We're here today. All right, so there she is in all her glory. Look at this bad boy. Claim your beer can of destiny. That is cool stuff right there. So that's a pretty huge can. And I will tell you, this is pretty cool. So it's an old water tank. You can see where the spout is. Let's see if you can see anything inside there. As you can see, it's just a empty water tank. There you go. There's your perspective. Imagine that being filled up with beer. That'd be cool. That'd be great for like a beer fest. Have one of these bad boys filled up with beer with a big couple kegs on it. You know, a couple spouts, I should say. That's a good time, man. This is a real work of art. This is pretty cool. I'm digging this. Just to give you a little bit of background about how this beer can became, I guess some graffiti artist, I think it was back in 2015, he came out here and he saw the water tank and he wanted to create a little art. And so he actually made a video of it, and you can find it on YouTube. I was actually kind of disappointed because it did not give a lot of information about why and, you know, the why and the when he did it. It was more of a musical montage, but I'm going to put it in the link below. That way you can click on it and you can see how the whole thing was created. This is a pretty cool beer can. I like this. I'm glad we took the time out here. See, that's what we do here on the channel. We go to these crazy places so you don't have to. You don't have to make the trek out here from Las Vegas to go see this thing. You can just watch this video, man. So that's like the biggest beer can I ever saw. Well, maybe the second biggest beer can. I remember back, I think it was 1988. It was the World Beer Expo, 1988, and they had it in the Thomas and Mack in Las Vegas. And it was a really cool event. Well, it got kind of hairy. Just to tell you a quick story. They had all these beers from around the world, but like they ran out of beer in like 2 hours, so the crowd was getting crazy. They were having a wheel in the Coors Light from the concession stands from Thomas and Mack just to appease the angry drunks, the thirsty beer drinkers. And they had this giant inflated beer can up in the upper deck of the Thomas and Mack. But I guess a couple of idiots, couple of clowns, they were kind of furious that the whole situation was going down. They pulled that bad boy down. It came tumbling down the deck into the lower part of the Thomas and Mack. That was hilarious. I saw that. I was there, man, for that World Beer Expo 1988. If you were there, man, let me know if you saw that. Fun time. So if we're gonna take a closer look here, on the bottom of the can, it just kind of has some sayings and some negative connotations and things about society in general. So, like raping, shooting, drunkenness, stuff like that. So I guess this is the artist's, you know, feelings about, you know, society and where it was going. So I tell you right now, I can see what he's saying. Society makes me want to drink more and more every day. It's just becoming a weirder place, man. I mean, I was gonna tell you this. I'm at the hockey game the other night, and this is weird dude sitting next to me. He's an adult. He's dressed in a Ninja Turtles outfit. I mean, come on, man. You're not in 5th grade, buddy. Going out in public looking like that? Anyway, whatever. So that's just me. I guess we're just getting older. Don't understand the new societal norms. Grew up in a different era. Like that Sebastian Maniscalco. He says his upbringing doesn't match society's norms today. And I have to agree with that. So Anna, you're a resident artist here on the channel, so what are your impressions of this graffiti art?
I think it's pretty cool how the artist actually interpreted his ideas of, I guess, American life and values in a different way. So it's a ready-made. Obviously that was like a water container that was pulled from one of the trains and was abandoned, and he repurposed it. So it's a ready-made. And ready-mades became popular in the early 20th century, so he continued with this, I guess, trend.
So, like art on location.
Art on location.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Anna. So, all right, let's check it out. What else we got to see here? So, here's some more of the abandoned railroad depot. Let's see what we got here. I don't know what that is. Some sort of foundation. And as you can see, you got the railroad tracks, some sort of signal out there. So just think, at one point in time, people worked out here. They had their giant can of water, which is now a beer can. Yeah, they had their basketball court, sitting out here working. So, kind of cool spot. Outside of the I-15, and I can hear the trucks going by. It's a pretty quiet place. And in the distance, just over the railroad tracks, you can see there's a dry lake bed. All right, let's see what else we can discover while we're out here. All right, so what better way to celebrate the big can of beer, the big beer can of destiny, with a big ass can of beer. Now, if you notice, this can kind of resembles a Pabst Blue Ribbon. Now, PBR is not really my favorite beer of choice, but for this video, I thought I had to get one. So let's crack her open. Look at that bad boy. That's from the bumpy road driving in, folks. All right. That's great. All right, so that's all we have for you on the channel today. We appreciate you coming out every couple weeks, like we said before. Hey, if this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you subscribe and like the button. Give us a comment. Let us know we're doing the right thing, that you're enjoying the video. But that's all we have for now. So, cheers. Beers and pictures.